Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Charles Harden, age 65, of Hansville, will be at 2 p.m. on Friday at Arab Heritage Memorial Chapel. Burial in Ruth Cemetery in Mount Oak. Arab Heritage Memorial is in charge of arrangements. Mr. Harden passed away Monday at his residence. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. on Thursday at the funeral home. Funeral services for Magdalene Trimble Hancock, age 86, of Coleman, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Interment in Good Hope Cemetery. Ms. Hancock passed away yesterday at Woodland Village Healthcare. Visitation will be 5:30 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Funeral services for Dot Franklin Causey, age 84, of Coleman, will be at 3 p.m. today at Coleman Church of Christ. Del Brock officiating. Burial in Coleman Memory Gardens. The family will receive friends from 1 to 3 p.m. at the church. Moss Service is directing. Ms. Causey passed away Monday at UAB Medical Center in Birmingham. Graveside services for Howard Leroy Golden, age 73, will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow at Welcome Cemetery. Moss Service Funeral Home directing. Visitation will be 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Thursday at the funeral home. Funeral services for Jerry Wayne Hendricks, age 76, of Coleman, will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel. Charles York will officiate interment in Coleman Memory Gardens. Coleman Funeral Home is directing. Mr. Hendricks passed away Monday at Coleman Regional Medical Center. Visitation will be 6 to 8 p.m. tonight at the funeral home. Memorial services for William Christopher Guinness, age 54, of Coleman, will be at 2 p.m. today at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel. The family will receive friends from 1 to 2 p.m. at the funeral home. Coleman Funeral Home is directing. He passed away on Saturday. Those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Premier Bank presents Today on 2, broadcasting on Charter Cable in Cullman County, broadcasting on the internet at channel2cullman.com, where we also archive our programs courtesy of YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, and I guess that's it. Beautiful sunny morning today.
Yay!
After we got through that rain yesterday.
Yeah.
It turned out pretty nice in the afternoon.
It did.
But got a lot of rain in the morning.
Sun came out. Yeah.
Let's jump right into the weather forecast. Our weather is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. There's the satellite picture. You can see what's going on around the country. Our neck of the woods, where did that saying come from?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll look that up sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, our neck of the woods looks pretty good. Here's our forecast for today. Sunny today, a high of 73. Clear tonight, a low around 49. Sunny tomorrow with a high around 80.
Okay, here we go.
Friday, 75. Saturday, 84. Sunday, 83. Monday, 83 with a 50% chance of rain. Tuesday, 60% chance of rain with a high of 84. That just doesn't seem right, does it? 60% chance of rain and 84
Yeah,
degrees.
that does seem
Sounds
odd.
like middle of summer or something,
It
doesn't
does, and you wonder if that's going to be a bad storm day.
Yes.
You
Well,
know?
let's not think about that until we
I
get
know,
closer.
I
But you're
know.
right. That does make you think of that.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful morning today. How was your event last night?
It went well. I did have some people that actually turned out for it, so I was all excited. But it really went well and gave some good information. Annette Parker was the attorney that talked and talked about conservatorship versus power of attorney and what that meant. Don Warnke was there from Country Financial and talked about long-term care insurance and reverse mortgages. And then also, let's see, her name was Johanna Chambers from the Veterans Affairs Office, and she talked about aid and attendance. And I think they people that came that were interested got their answers to the questions and things like that. And I know that I learned some things, so I thought it was very good.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
I was
think,
excited.
I don't know if forum is the right word, but events like that are very, very useful for a
Right.
lot of people.
Right. And I think that people, you know what, they just don't want to know. You know, they just, I mean, really, it was just an informational thing that really could have given you some good insight into the future if you're in your 50s or 60s, or if you have parents that are facing this or whatever. And so Westminster was very excited to sponsor it, but I just don't think enough people, showed up for it because we don't want to know. And Don Warnke.
Or until it's too late.
Right. Well, and Don Warnke said when he sits down and he talks to people about, okay, what's the future hold for you and everything, he says, a lot of times instead of long-term care, people just say, well, it's going to be my kids' responsibility. And Don says, have you told them yet? Why don't you tell them? They need to know that so they can be prepared, so so they know that they have to take care of you in the future.
Point.
And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but let's let them know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And he said one statistic, and darn it, I meant to ask him to repeat it. I think, let's see, I hope I can get this right. 2/3 of the population right now is 65 and older.
Whoa.
I think that's right. Now, I could be saying that wrong, so I might have to call him and ask him again, because I meant to ask him to repeat it for me, because he said it several times, but I think something like that.
Seemed kind of odd.
It does seem odd. It does seem odd, which means that our population is growing, of course, older.
Well,
and I
there's
could
no
be
doubt
saying
about
that
that.
wrong. I could be saying that. 2/3 is right, and age 65 is right. Now, the rest of the sentence may be totally off.
Maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah. No, but it was astonishing. He kept repeating it, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Susan Kraft Smith. And Susan likes, let's see, what does she like? The Blind Side, one of my favorite movies, and Rumors Cafe. So very good. We could be good friends.
Yeah, she's got good taste.
She does. And we're going to give her that large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. She just needs to stop by here and pick up her certificate.
And who's come to see us today? We have a new friend.
Yes, we do. Dr.Angelo Mancuso, and he is running for state senate. I think you said he's going to be running against Paul Busman in the fall, or whoever wins the primary, right? Which I'm assuming wrong. I shouldn't assume, but anyway, so that's who's going to be visiting with us today. Very interesting man. We had a chance to chat with him a little bit before, and so we could probably visit with him the whole hour.
Probably so.
We could.
George Spear is here with news and commentary right after this.
Is a unique and fun shopping experience. Lovely antiques, collectibles, or vintage items, we have what you're looking for at Finders Keepers in downtown Coleman. Furniture, repurposed items, and treasures from the past. They all make the store a fun place to shop. Handmade baby and children's fashion accessories and even original art are offered by local artisans. It's truly a unique shopping experience. Finders Keepers.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it, to feel it, to be in it, to be upon it, and to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Time for news and commentary, and we have a missing person in Cullman County. 18-year-old resident of down near Lick Creek and Smith Lake Park. This is 18-year-old Billy Ray Wren. He's been missing since early Sunday morning. He and a friend were out fishing somewhere around the lake there, and when his friend left, now this is like about 1:30 in the morning. Man, you can't get me out fishing at 1:30 in the afternoon, for that matter. But apparently his friend left, decided to go home, and left him on the creek, and that's the last time they've seen 18-year-old Billy Ray Wren. And the Sheriff's Department, law enforcement, looking to see if they can find anything out about this man's whereabouts. So heads up if you know someone who might have been around the lake at that time. It wouldn't have been George Spear, because like I say, I'm asleep in the bed. That's a mighty early time to go fishing. Well, it's tit for tat in the Cullman County Sheriff's race. Man, oh man, I tell you what. Apparently, according to the Cullman Times this morning, they had a run-in of sorts Monday night at West Point when they had a town council meeting, and the sheriff, Mike Rainey, shows up. When Rainey shows up, apparently he sees the Cullman Times reporter in the crowd. This is after he's already started explaining about some things the sheriff office has been doing. And when he sees the reporter, he says, "I'll just come back another time. I didn't know she was going to be here tonight." Mayor Kenneth Kilgo was there, along with town clerk Vivian Woods. He says, "I came here to talk to you, not Miss Tiffany Owens. No disrespect to you, Miss Owens, but you've never been fair to me." Council members said they were surprised by the sheriff leaving the meeting early due to the presence of a reporter. "I guess I need to leave because reporters here too," says Councilman Frankie Jones, joking of course. "The sitting sheriff leaves because a female reporter is here. That says something," said one of the people attending the meeting. Kilgo said, "I don't know what that was about." And after the meeting ended about 20 minutes later, Sheriff Rainey spoke with council members outside the town hall. But apparently it's been this way, not just with the Times, but the sheriff, and heaven knows he's arrested a lot of people, and he really has been dead head on with the drug problem in Cullman County. But when you're a public service, when you're a public servant, you provide public service and you answer questions. And who says the Times has to be fair? Hey, I knew it. When I was on the radio, over here talking at WKUL, and I was doing what I'm doing right now, and that's talking about politics, about people, about candidates, about things happening in public office. People said, "Well, if you can make a difference, why don't you run?" Now, unlike a lot who love to just sit there and keep talking, I ran and did what I told you I'd do. So I've been on both sides of this issue. You've got to be respondent, as much as you dislike it. If you're a public figure, you have to make your thoughts and comments public. That's the nature of the beast. I guess that's enough said about that. Georgia Governor Nathan Deal is expected to sign legislation today expanding gun rights in that state over there. The bill described by the NRA, they're saying that's the most comprehensive pro-gun legislation introduced in recent state history. It allows those with a license to carry a gun into a bar without restrictions. Watch out. And into some government buildings that don't have certain security measures. It also allows religious leaders to decide whether it's okay for a person with a carry license to bring a gun into their place of worship. And most importantly, I think most people would consider this to be an important aspect. There's no database of names. That's what has been a lot on the minds of a lot of people who are concerned about the Second Amendment rights that they have. Is that, they're going to sell me a gun? They're going to keep my name and address locked up, and if something goes wrong, come after my gun or whatever? I don't know, but it's kind of interesting because this is spreading. Now, this is not just in Georgia. There are a lot of other places where this is happening. Apparently, In Talladega, Alabama State Representative Steve Hurst wants voters to know that he's behind the Second Amendment rights. According to the newspaper down there, this Republican from Talladega is getting a message across by carrying a big handgun, oversized handgun, on a trailer around with him, politicking. And he says it's actually a barbecue, but it makes a good statement, don't you think? And locally, one of our candidates for local representative is also using a handgun or weapons in his ad. Now, among all of this, in the midst of all this happening, Harry Reid is still smarting from what happened out west, right? Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says something's going to happen to get Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy to stop letting his cattle graze on federal land. Isn't that amazing that, here we have a Senate Majority Leader who doesn't seem to be in touch with reality. In terms of reality, this nation in many places is a tinder box. This nation in many places is a tinder box. And I don't think some of these leaders, some of these people in Washington understand that. Look at the militias that are growing out west in those western states. When you have as liberal a state as Colorado wanting to separate from itself, look for clues. I'm reminded of that quote that is attributed to Queen Marie Antoinette. Remember that quote we learned in school? I don't know if the kids nowadays learn it. Whenever she found out that the peasants were starving, didn't have any food, she said, "Let them eat cake." Arrogance. There's a lesson to learn. Stay tuned. More of Today on 2 after this.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Finders Keepers is a unique and fun shopping experience. Lovely antiques, collectibles, or vintage items, we have what you're looking for at Finders Keepers in downtown Coleman. Furniture, repurposed items, and treasures from the past. They all make the store a fun place to shop. Handmade baby and children's fashion accessories and even original art are offered by local artisans. It's truly a unique shopping experience. Finders Keepers.
We're back again.
Yes, we are back with more of Today on 2, and we sure would like to give away some prizes for today in this part of our show. Let's see what we have to give away on Wednesday. Oh, Good Eatin', the family barbecue package from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. And that is our prize for today. Do we have anything else? I think that's it. That's good.
Yep.
Let's look at our merchant ads. Of course, we'll ask you a question about one of these ads, and we'll start with It's My Party. Balloons of all shapes and sizes, singing telegrams, courtesy of Lulu the gorilla. Anything you need for any type of a party. It's My Party.
In Alabama, sunrooms and awnings, sunrooms, sunscreens, screen rooms, whatever. They have patio and deck covers, awnings, metal roofs, vinyl siding, garages, buildings, free estimates. Give them a call.
Deb's Bookstore, where books are always on sale. Used books, half price every day. New books, 20% off every day. That's your hometown bookstore on 3rd Street Southwest.
And Auto Tech repair and service is available for just about any kind of car, foreign or domestic, doesn't matter. They're located right there in the Vinemont area. They can do major engine repairs, transmission, brake repairs.
The Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center has the full fitness center with weights, cardio, and professional training, the indoor walking track, all sorts of aerobic and cycling classes. That's at the Wellness and Aquatic Center.
Brown & Company Beverages, featuring Coleman's best selection of beer, wine, and cider. They're located right next to the Ford dealership on Highway 157. That's Brown & Company Beverages.
Hankey Service Center in the Exxon station across the street from the Coleman Shopping Center. They pump your gas. They sell new tires. They do automotive repairs. Hankey Service Center.
Mullins Body Shop. You've counted on them for over 50 years now for auto body repair and for towing. And you can count on them today. Call Sunny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim at Mullins Body Shop.
Jolly Time Rentals, where they have the licensed inflatable slides, water slides, obstacle courses, toddler interactives. They've got it all, including concession equipment. Call Holly Mullins to book yours today.
And the Grand Point Pharmacy is the original home of the 2 Old Goats Arthritis and Fibromyalgia product line. They're open as early as 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Saturday, and always welcome third-party insurances. That's Grand Point Pharmacy.
And the Candle Garden, where they have the hand-poured candles in 50 fragrances, all sorts of gift items and gift baskets, located right next door to Moe's Barbecue. That's the Candle Garden. Oh, I got a tough question for today. Question for today is Brown & Company Beverages. There is a picture of glasses of wine. How many?
Oh, wow.
How many glasses of wine are in that picture? I told you I'm going to be tough today.
That is good.
All right, first person with the correct answer receives the family barbecue pack from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. Go ahead and call in while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hi, I'm Mike Doss with Premier Bank in Coleman. And a lot of non-customers ask, what do I need to cash a check that's off of Premier Bank? And it's very simple. A valid driver's license or a pictured ID, a military ID, is sufficient. And as long as you've got a valid ID, it's a very quick transaction. And this is Mike with Money Matters.
Okay, we'll see if we can give away our prize for today. Again, the question is, how many glasses of wine are in one of the pictures at Brown & Company Beverages? We have somebody calling in that knows the answer. Hello, who's calling?
Pat.
Hi, Pat. From where are you calling?
Holly Pond.
From Holly Pond. Okay, how many glasses of wine?
4.
4 is too many. Not that many. Think about it. Call us back. Did you say line 2? Okay, we have another caller. No,
they
we don't.
hung up.
Okay.
Okay.
Need to call in quickly if you want to take a guess. We don't have too much time to do this. It is less than 4.
Okay.
More than 0. Okay, we have one call.
More
We'll
caller.
take a call here quickly. If we can get through the call screeners.
Okay,
Okay, here
let's
we
try
go.
that.
We'll try line 1 again.
Good morning, caller. Hello. And to whom am I speaking? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, to whom am I speaking?
Geraldine.
Okay, Geraldine, what's the answer for us today?
2.
3 is the right answer. Way to go.
2.
She said 2.
Oh, 3 is the right answer. Okay, should we give her the prize or just say no?
Just give her the prize.
All right. We got to get out of here. Okay.
Hold on the line.
All right, stay on the line. Well, it's between 2 and 4, right? I knew the answer.
You knew the answer.
I get the
She
prize
didn't know
today.
That's right. You take them.
All right. Let's look at the rest of the ads right now. Starting with Be Fit. This is a fitness facility located right downtown next to Renard's Gallery and Gifts. Change your life and your body. No long-term contract. Personal trainer is included.
And Loretta, Hair by Loretta at the Kalos Salon. I was there yesterday. Those are such a nice group of ladies over there. They can do highlights and haircuts and manicures and pedicures and everything.
Well, I was by Mr. Hicks yesterday. Talked to Philip Hicks. He is your prom tuxedo destination. See the latest in tuxedo looks at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Yates Chance Christian Bookstore. Grab it, engrave it, and go. Engraving for wood and metal products, personalized wedding anniversaries, gifts for deacons. Customize your gifts, and all these are good for Mother's Day, too.
The blizzard of the month of Dairy Queen is confetti cake. Looks good, tastes even better. The blizzard of the month, confetti cake at Dairy Queen.
And there's Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, featuring that $13.99 family pack, which includes a pound of meat, 2 16-ounce sides, and 4 buns, located right there in the Berlin Quick Stop.
Tires for Less, more than just tires. They do oil changes, minor engine repairs, shocks and brakes. Come and see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less on Highway 31 North.
And Pizza Hut Coleman, featuring the $10 family-size pasta on Tuesdays, 50-cent wings on Wednesdays, all-you-can-eat lunch buffet every day from 11 to 2 for just $6.49, located right there on 2nd Avenue North.
Cotton State Barns, where you can buy or rent to own carports, playsets, utility trailers, and storage buildings, located on Highway 278 right by the interstate.
And Hansville Drugstore, a blast from the past, opened in 1925, and they're still featuring ice cream treats from their original soda fountain. Stop by today to get a Coke float or a soda. Wouldn't that be just great?
Earl's Body Shop, celebrating 50 years of serving you, large and small towing, local or long distance. Of course, they do auto body repair as well. Earl's Body Shop on Highway 31 North. There we go with the merchant ads for today, and let's see if we have a birthday. I think we do have one birthday in the book for today. Let's see who celebrates on the 23rd day of April.
Well, let me see. Maybe we can. Austin Chambers is who we have up here.
Okay.
There we go. And Austin's name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where they have that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
And our guest, Dr.Angelo Mancuso, is coming up, and we'll talk to him right after this.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
And we're back once again, and we would like to introduce Dr. Angelo Mancuso from the Decatur area originally, or?
Well, we moved originally to the Decatur area, and
Okay.
then when the kids got older,
You kind of moved some different.
moved. Yeah,
moved again.
now I'm in Cortland, in Lawrence County.
Okay, and you're a dermatologist, but you're a dermatologic surgeon, which
right.
is a little bit above regular dermatology.
Yeah,
correct?
after dermatology training, I did more training in the cancer work and cosmetic surgery.
Okay.
I did that down in New Orleans.
Okay, all righty. And you are now running for Alabama State Senate,
Right, that's
correct?
right.
Okay, but this is not your first rodeo, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. I was a state representative from '98 to 2002.
Okay.
And I represented Madison. That was the majority of the district. Madison, part of Morgan County, and Limestone County.
Okay. What made you, a doctor, get involved? Because usually doctors don't get involved in politics. What made you decide to do that?
Originally I said it actually stemmed from the Coleman area. One of my patients was Mr. John Guthrie, and a lot of people around know who John was. And every time he would come in, I would give him an opinion about something and what could be done that I thought was better. And then one day he just looked at me and said, "Why don't you run for office?" And it just kind of blossomed from there. Mm-hmm. And then originally I was going to run for coroner. I was telling you I was going to run for coroner, and then I wound up. The party kind of pushed me into the state representative position.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was that, and it was a great run. I really loved it. It's wonderful helping people, and when you're a physician, I mean that's, not many people get to take oaths, and aside from to your country, but I have an extra oath, which is that Hippocratic oath, which is to is to help people.
Right.
And then that's why God put me here on the planet. I mean, it is to help people, and as a physician, I treat one person at a time, and as a state representative, I was able to treat thousands of people, because you're able to see where the need is, and like whether it doesn't have to be specifically medical. I mean, it could be just any area, whether you're helping, the elderly or whether you're helping the children. But I was able to help hospice in all throughout North Alabama, and I was able to set up a drug prescription program for the people of Limestone County, where low-income seniors were able to get free medicine, and they still do that, and that program's been running for like 14 years now. So you're able to just do a lot of things. You're able to help like build libraries and help handicapped children get playgrounds, which Alabama didn't have for them. And I mean, the list goes on, but you help the whole broad spectrum of people from Alabama. You don't look at party, you don't look at religion, you just, the name of the game as in a position like that is to just go and do as much as you possibly can for the betterment of everybody.
Now, why didn't you stick with it?
Well, I believe in term limits, and a lot of politicians will talk about term limits, but once they get elected, they have a very difficult time walking away. And
is it a power thing? Because I always kind of think it's a power
sometimes
thing.
It's a power thing. Sometimes when you say power, is it power that you're able to do something, or is it power that the ego thing?
I kind of think it's the ego thing.
Sometimes it is, and you have to separate yourself. Some people have further ambitions of maybe becoming governor or becoming something else.
Right.
I already have a job, and I love being a physician. That's why I was put here, and God has blessed me and my family, and it's something that is just a natural thing for me. But when you see things sometimes you see things that are not being done correctly to help people, and they're being done for one party or another, and that's not good. You don't just help half of a population, or half of a community. You help everybody, and it's kind of a theory that I've had. My family came from Italy. I'm like 100% Italian, which I take great pride in that. And we always have a belief in our family that one generation helps the next, which helps the next. So, my grandfather went to elementary school, and then my dad graduated high school, and I always knew from the time I was a kid that I was going to be the one to go to college. And so, and then when you become something, let's say you've had some success in your life, in our family, you always turn around and help other people. You help everybody off the boat, and so that they can experience the great American dream. And that dream still exists. I know that when you look at TV, and you depending on different channels that you're watching, they're saying that it's that the American dream is dead, and it isn't. It isn't. It is there. You have to work for it. Nobody gives you things for free, and that's the dream. The dream is you have to work for something, and you have to put the time and effort. And that's what I have 4 children, and each one of them has always had a little saying on their door that there is no such thing as a free lunch in life, and there are no shortcuts. You have to put in your time, and you hope that all that effort and all that time, something will happen that will happen for the betterment of the effort that you put in. And you could see that in Coleman. I was telling everybody before that I was very fortunate to come down here early when I came to Alabama, which is in 1989. And Coleman needed a dermatologist, and the physicians asked me to come down and split my time between that and my Decatur office. And that's where I learned the sense of community. Down here, a lot of my patients were elderly, and they had strong family commitments. And you can feel that from them. And they would tell me what it was like growing up as a child and on a farm, or how they used to help their parents at the local store. And when you see that, it's really a wonderful experience. I mean, it opens up your heart, and you get to experience the whole Alabama experience. And not many people get that. And so I was able to bring that to my children. And I can't tell you how many people in my Coleman office, like I had 2 twin women that were in their 70s, but they hadn't seen each other in 15 years. And I don't know why, but somehow they managed to meet in my office. and it was the funniest thing. And then what happened was every time they wanted their appointments, it would always be at the same time so they get to visit with one another. And I used to have tractors traded in my office. It was, and I learned about like how to plant things. I didn't know anything about that. Like I said, I went to medical school in Philadelphia and all the cities. But you kind of get away from that farming, and I learned all about that, and I was able to pass it on to my children. And I would come back and say, let's go down to the Coleman Seed and Feed at the time and pick up our plants, and during my lunch hours I would hang out there and learn things about tractors and stuff. So it's always been a great experience down here.
Well, Angelo, tell us why you decided to jump back in and run for the legislature again.
Well, it started out where, as I said, I live in Lawrence County in the Cortland area, and IP was closing, International Paper, and I didn't like the response that we were getting from Montgomery. It was kind of like, well, it's no big deal. It's 1,100 jobs, and that's all there is to it. And what they failed to realize is that in Lawrence County, there isn't much industry in Lawrence County. And IP is a very important part of the life of Lawrence County, especially in Cortland. We're looking at least $500,000 that come into that town. And this happens all across Alabama. Small towns are suffering. And I said, if it was a tornado or if it was some major fire, the governor and the lieutenant governor and everybody else would show up and get their picture made, to put in their little portfolio so that when they run for a position, they'll have that photo. But when it's economic devastation, they didn't respond the way I thought they should. And so that kind of got my dander up. And I didn't like the responses I was getting from the senator, and I didn't like the response I was getting from our state representative. So I asked my wife, I said, someone has to do something. We can't just sit back and watch this happen. Because if you go through Alabama, you'll see that all small towns are suffering. And they don't have the industry. And if you look at what they're bringing in, they always bring the industries into the areas that already have industry. They're not going across the board in Alabama. They'll say, oh, we're for building up jobs and all that, and go down to the Black Belt. And it's the same. I mean, nothing has changed since 1989. Nothing has changed. And the education is not good. You were looking at high dropout rates. You're looking at high mortality rates when it comes to healthcare. You're looking at hospitals that are barely surviving, not getting enough physicians in those areas. Jobs are not there. You're looking at 18% unemployment in some of these areas, in some of these counties. But then when you read the paper, it'll say, oh, there's only 6.4% unemployment in Alabama. And Coleman is a whole lot better. I mean, you have a wonderful structure here for government. The fathers of the town and the people work as a community. I think you're down to like 5.8%, which is like, I mean, is a model. Mm-hmm. So why not take this model? And even your schools here are so much better than if you go to Lawrence County or if you go to, go down to the Black Belt, go anywhere. Colbert County. You have a great model here. Let's take this model and literally bring it across the state and say, what are they doing so well in Coleman? Or what are they doing so well in Madison? That let's use that as the model. And then go from there. And you even have a wonderful hospital structure here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, it's like I said, more has to be done. And I think that someone has to step in who doesn't want the job for a job. It's a part-time thing. And there should be term limits. And there's a lot that needs to be done. But you'll hear the talk, but you won't see the walk. Really. And I'm tired of the dog and pony shows. Mm-hmm. And that's what you see down in Montgomery, is the dog and pony shows. So it's like, let's get some real people in there, let's do our job, and then leave, and then let somebody else take the job.
Now, you do not have opposition in the Democrat primaries, is that
No,
correct?
no, I don't.
So
no, I was very fortunate.
You're home free till November.
Yeah, this is a one-time for me to walk around town, which I have been, and throughout the counties, and do the meet and greet. Mm-hmm. A lot of people I already know. I mean, I still treat a lot of people from Coleman and from Winston County, and obviously Lawrence County. So it's kind of a good, it's a nice thing.
We will see you again before
I hope so. That'd be wonderful.
Election.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank everybody out there.
Okay.
Thanks for being here.
We'll be back with more right after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. dual fuel, double ovens, and they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room, the best room, your kitchen. We're devoted to it, and you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. Wallace State is doing their Revolution, a musical celebration about the Beatles, and it's on April the 24th through the 26th, and it's 7 o'clock in the evening at the Betty Leith Haynes Theater. And PALS is doing a cleanup on April the 26th from 8 until noon, asking all citizens to help by picking up around their home and as far as possible in each direction, place their garbage with their weekly garbage, but they cannot take tires, paint, or chemicals. And the April walking tours, this will be the last Saturday to perform or to do this, and it begins at 10 in the morning. It starts at the Coleman County Museum, and it is a free event. And the Coleman Strawberry 5K, 10K run will take place on Saturday, May the 10th at 8 in the morning. 5K is $25 admission and 10K is $30 admission. And if you need more information, contact Katie Free at 256-507-1533. And if you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, phone 256-734-7399, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
The weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. It'll be sunny today. We can expect a high near 73, clear tonight, low around 49. Sunny again tomorrow with a high around 80. And who's our guest for tomorrow?
Well, it looks like somebody from the Pettis family is going to talk about the charity for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Okay.
So that's what you've got going on tomorrow.
Very good. That's our program brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hope you have a great day.